Hello folks. I hope you're all well. First vlog I've done in quite a while for various reasons. Yes, hello, and I say thank you to all those people that have subscribed, or you're still there, still looking, still following. Crazy people. Yeah, this is first vlog in quite a while, plus most likely the last video I'll upload to YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to title this vlog the G and YT Exodus, the Google and YouTube Exodus. This is something I've mentioned on the radio show a few times. I'm sure this is going to be an ongoing process. Anyway, yeah, if you saw the last sort of vlog I did, wasn't exactly a vlog, the truth of everything. That was, yes, if you didn't guess it, was deliberate wide fishing net. Plus it was also something that I wanted to do because it's sometimes the most simplistic explanation or statements can carry a lot more weight than spending however long, an hour, 2 hours or 8 hours explaining a concept. Sometimes you can just let somebody decide the concept for themselves, and that's the whole point. I think most people got where I was coming from, judging by the comments. A few people sort of missed the point, but they're still on their way. Anyway, yes, it is March the 7th, the date for the big changes to YouTube. I've been waiting for my channel to switch over. It hasn't as yet. It might do by the time this video uploads, whatever. I'm sure if you're bothered, you're probably already well aware of and investigated all the stuff to do with the YouTube changes, what's going to happen to your channel, the loss of functionality, etc, etc, etc. I myself have clicked like on several videos recently that have been talking about this. Yes. Anyway. But on March 1st, the new Google terms and conditions policy came into play, as we've seen. And again, I mentioned on a couple of radio shows, I know other hosts and other people on YouTube have mentioned it. Even some of the governments have now started to question, or some governmental departments in some European countries particularly have started to question the Google changes. But anyway, whether they'll actually get anywhere in doing anything about it, I think that's a whole different ball game. Yes. So, as I talked about on previous radio shows, I've been gradually moving away from Google. I'm also going to be doing the same with YouTube, thus this vlog, because I didn't want to just completely disappear. So I thought I'd do a vlog just to sort of put the point across before I should put it, change the way I'm using YouTube. I had contemplated just deleting my channel, but I thought that's a bit of a waste. Plus it's also total capitulation to what they're doing. But no, what I've done is I've stripped it down. I've got rid of most of what I consider the extraneous video content, most of my vlogs, all the radio show uploads that I've done, because they're still out there on the net anyway. You can find that stuff if you want to listen to it. It's there, it's available. Plus I know the guys have been working on setting up an archive for the new Resistance Radio website shows as well, so it's not as if they're disappearing off the net completely. It's just I feel very inappropriate for me to leave them hosted on YouTube the way it's going. But anyway, yeah, it's a matter of, the way I look at it is this is sort of dipping into Sun Tzu. You have to choose your battles, choose where you direct your energy, choose how you invest your energy. If you don't do that, you're going to waste a lot of energy. Yeah, think about that for yourself. Point is, to me, a lot of people recently have talked about, oh, they're taking away our tube, it's YouTube, it's supposed to be YouTube. Come on, people, don't be naive, be honest with yourself about how the system works. This has never been our tube, it has always been their tube. It is a private company, it is not a non-profit public access service. Therefore, they can do whatever the hell they want with it. Yes, I completely agree with the people that have argued in the classic way of corporatism, they have allowed the users to build up the effectiveness and obviously the monetary worth of this endeavour called YouTube, and then they promptly move in to enjoy all the profits and enjoy all the success. This has been used by companies for so long. So, oh, somebody's really passionate and interested in doing this stuff, that they'll do it for free. Okay, let them do it for free, and then we'll step in and sell the content to this other third party, and we'll make money. Don't tell them. Just don't mention it. This is like the one vlog I put up ages ago about me not monetizing my videos. If ever you see any adverts on the videos that are on my channel, I did not choose to put them on there. I am not in partnership with YouTube. I do not make any money whatsoever from what I've been doing with YouTube. But yeah, this was never our tube. It is their tube. Always has been, always will be. Because it is a private company. But to me, it's all part and parcel of what is happening at the moment. We're now in March. This is something I've talked about a lot on my radio shows. This progression is accelerating. I often talk about the encroaching police state, the fascistic totalitarianism that is rapidly, very, very rapidly playing its cards out at the moment. It is now nearly completed. It is 99.9% completed. The construct that it requires, whether that be legislation or, not necessarily just physical construct. This also goes into a metaphysical and virtual environment. And part of that is the corralling of the internet. YouTube is being corralled. It is being turned into a digital prison to contain the herd, the milk herd, that will be pumped for cash. That was the whole point of it in the first place. As I said, it's not a public access system. It's a profitable corporation, therefore they want to make money out of it. Plus, it all links into the agenda of control of the internet, control of information. Blah, 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 blah. I deliberately wanted to try and make this a short video. I've got to keep within 15 minutes, so get on with it. For those of you that have been following this kind of information from whatever angle, that should be self-evident. We can debate pedantically till the cows come home what is being done, how it's being done, who it's being implemented by, and whether it's meant to be secretive or in the public eye or whatever. Again, things I've talked about before. As far as I'm concerned, whoever they are, leave that debate to one side, doesn't matter. Whoever they are have plainly played several of their cards recently. All the bringing in of the new internet laws, the machinations of government agencies working with supposed public concern groups. Let's not mention who's been arrested and who's been leaking secret information, etc., etc. Again, I'm sure you're aware of this if you're watching what's going on. I find it self-evident that they are now declaring that, yes, we are going to do this. This is no longer conspiracy theory. This is no longer the speculation of the tinfoil hat-wearing conspiraloons that lurk in the outer edges of the media. No, this is all occurring right outside your door. Rapidly, day by day. Hour by hour at this point now. Anyway, yes. Sticking on the YouTube and Google exodus. They are turning this into digital tourist trap. They don't care if you get pushed out. Your contribution to the content is minimal. They can do without you. If anything, for the agenda's purposes, it's better if you do just go away. And yes, as I'm saying that, I'm fully aware of the argument that you should not therefore go away, that you should not therefore stop doing it, that you should continue to do it. And fair play to those people that are going to persist with YouTube and utilising YouTube and attempting to reach people via YouTube. There's an immense amount of really good content out there. There's an immense amount of very, very valuable stuff. In my opinion, yes, my perspective, there's a lot of stuff out there that is worth keeping, that is worth people continuing to do what they're doing. As I say, this is why I thought it better in the end not to actually close my account, but just to leave it there dead-ish, as it were. In other words, I'm just not going to utilise it the same way I have been. I'll still look at YouTube content because it, unfortunately, in the same way as Google has done and Facebook has done for that side of social media, it has set itself up as the monolith. As lots of people have said, yeah, there's plenty of other ways you can approach uploading video to the internet. There's lots out there: Vimeo, Dailymotion, Zipcast. A lot of people are trying out Zipcast. Yes, there is, but again, don't be naive, be honest about the situation. The monolith, the great behemoth of this media format is YouTube, and people are used to it in the same way that it has become a normalised word or slang to say, oh, I'll Google it. People say, oh yeah, it's on YouTube. Have you seen so-and-so on YouTube? YouTube. It's become part of society. An accepted part of daily functionality is the access to video media format on the internet via YouTube. So yes, I can understand people wanting to stick at it, and fair play to them. Yes, go for it. If you've got the energy and the intent and desire to keep pushing with that, go for it, definitely. I'm not exactly much of a major video maker. I don't make lots of videos. I don't re-upload. I don't just re-upload news stories and stuff like that. Because as far as I'm concerned, if I can find it out there, so can you. Why should I re-upload it? Plus, there's plenty of other channels already doing that. Mox News, for example, is a brilliant resource for you to keep an eye on the various stuff that's on various channels that you yourself might have not had time to watch or missed or whatever. Yeah, you get the point. So my attitude is, considering I don't exactly make an extensive use of this particular avenue, then I will direct my energy elsewhere. I'll choose where I put my energy, and I will invest it elsewhere. Starve the beast in the long run is the only way you're going to beat the agenda that is occurring at the moment, in my opinion. You're not going to beat it with physical force, because it's got the most physical force. Plus, it is a self-perpetuating cycle, self-perpetuating philosophical, ideological trap to utilise their own systems against them. And by that I mean using force against force. So, as far as I'm concerned, I will utilise my ideology of starve the beast. I will remove my energy investment from this particular hole of the beast and put it elsewhere. I'll still be watching people's channels, I'll still be watching for people's uploads, definitely, because as I say, there's valuable resources of information and perspective there that I am not just going to ignore. But I will not be utilising my Google account, and I will very rarely, if at all, be utilising my YouTube account. I may upload stuff now and then. As I say, this is not definitively the absolute finish of it. For me, it's just a definite steamied point. You know what I mean. Anyway, yes, you'll still find me on resistanceradio.com. Still doing the radio shows, and resistanceradio.com is going well. Take care, folks. And FIN, Freedom Information Network, freedominfonetwork.org. Take it easy, folks. I'll put the info in the info box.